Ahoy there, legends of Runeterra fans. I'm Dead Broke Nerd. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video. The Christmas holiday season was very full of joy, but also busyness. So, the last couple months has just been something of a madhouse for my personal life, but mostly in good ways. However, that does mean I wasn't really able to get videos uploaded. But good news is I've got some time coming up where I'm hoping to be able to get an occasional video out here and there. My my longtime viewers know that who knows. But regardless, I do have a really fun list that I started playing right after the last set dropped and actually had quite a bit of success with. I even played it on stream to a pretty darn good record. I think like on stream it was like 9-2 or something like that. Now take it with a grain of salt because I'm right now down in the silver rank. I have not been able to maintain a good ladder rank with not being able to play very much, but and I've also been playing a lot of expedition and labs, trying to chase the essence and get those prismatics. But for this list, it is combining some of my favorite things in Runeterra. I get to play a non-burn Noxus list, which, it still plays pretty aggressively, but I get to use Riven, the cool new champion, and actually my favorite champion of the last expansion, maybe even of the entire Targon release cycle itself. And I also get to use Nightfall, which is one of my favorite archetypes in Targon probably at all. So really fun way to combine it, and I think it's actually been pretty successful. Now, it's not perfect, and it's definitely not tier 1, but it has won quite a few games for me, and I think a lot of people just don't really know what to expect with it, so that's cool. So just to kick things off, it is a Nightfall list. It is aggressive, but it's really focusing more on developing a couple big threats and pushing those guys through with a combination of Overwhelm and Elusive, trying to get the damage through, as opposed to going really wide or building a huge board. In many ways, you could even think about it as a really fast mid-range deck. So, it kind of doesn't fit into a perfect norm, but I do find that with a lack of overall elusive decks, like no traditional cohesive elusive decks running around too much, that this tends to do pretty darn well. So there is the basics of the Lunari Duskbringer to get those Dusk Petal Dusts. Obvious for anyone who's looked at Nightfall before. Definitely a must keep in the mulligan. And Blade Squire kind of serves as a later game, turns 3 or 4 way to serve the same purpose as a Nightfall trigger card. But because it reforges, gives you another card in hand to do things with, usually some great keywords. Blade Squire is usually worth the 2 cost, or the 2 inclusions, 2 copy inclusions. Then we have Hush, Pale Cascade, as those 2 mana spells, as well as, boom, Sunblessed Vigor, Weapon Hilt. You can see we literally have 12 2-cost spells. And why? Because we're pushing damage, and we want those things to be cheap and protect our stuff. I mean, they're no-brainers here. Hush, Pale Cascade, some of the best cards in the game. Meanwhile, Weapon Hilt is going to get our Riven leveled up. It also gives us +2 attack to push damage with our various Shade Stalkers and Dianas for trading or for pushing elusive damage. The bottom line is Weapon Hilt is perfect for this deck, and Sunblessed Vigor serves as another kind of underrated card in my book. And just the ability to burst speed, give +2 defense, yeah, that's nice. I mean, Elixir of Iron exists too for 1 less, but hey, this one lasts forever. So if you need to just kind of drop a card and not waste mana, you can go ahead and play this, you don't have to play reactively. You can play proactively, slap it on Riven on a turn where you're not really doing much else, and get that permanent +2 defense that is really crucial, because these creatures in here, you don't have too many of them. You have 17 spells. You really need to protect your creatures. So that means Riven, Crescent Guardian, and the Shade Stalker, as well as Diana. Those guys are the ones that are going to win you the game, so you need to protect them. And what better card to do it than Sunblessed Vigor? The only other thing I guess I would say here, obviously we have the Bastions and the Whirling Deaths. These are, again, Bastions protecting things. I already said that. We got to protect our stuff. But Whirling Death is a card that a lot of people sleep on as well, and that I have a huge fan of. Basically, you can remove things on defense. If you can just get a single blocker in there, it can go and kill something else. You can block and then make sure your thing doesn't die in a trade if things go poorly. Even better, honestly, is attacking with an Overwhelm unit, knowing they're going to block that Overwhelm unit, and then killing the blocker such that the overwhelm damage all goes through to the face. People just do not expect that. They do not expect this card. 2 copies in here I've found to be absolutely perfect and have won me dozens of games. It's so good. And then finally, the best card in this deck, I honestly think, is Cygnus the Moonstalker. It is an incredible closer. It's absolutely perfect because you'll get a couple beefy threats like Riven, Crescent Guardian. We've got the cards to protect them so that they don't get killed too much. Bastion. And Cygnus is just absolutely perfect as a nice little Nightfall card. You have plenty of ways to trigger it to push sometimes 10 damage on a single turn. That is just so much. People just don't have a lot of ways to deal with both of your elusives, so even if they can deal with one, you're usually able to get the other one through for at least like 5 points of damage or so. You know, it's definitely unconventional, but I think that this list has just... it has that certain something where the cards seem to all complement each other in really nice ways. Getting the Blade Fragments as cheap Nightfall triggers, and then meanwhile having these wonderful targets from Nightfall, the Diana, the Shadestalker, and the Crescent Guardian, to receive those buffs, even if you don't have a Riven around. It just seems like the 2 playstyles really want to work together well. It's aggressive. It does have a little bit of weaknesses to like direct removal, things like an Ezreal deck that has a lot of Mystic Shots and Get Excited and stuff like that is definitely a weakness for this list, but otherwise it seems to have favorable to even matchups against most other things. So I do hope you give it a try. That's pretty much the end of my spiel. Hopefully you will enjoy the games I have attached, and as always, be sure to check out the podcast I do. I'll mention it again at the end, and I don't even care. It's the thing that I do most and that I love most about the Runeterra community. That is the Legends Cast podcast that I do weekly with Mark, aka The Lift. So check that out, and hopefully you'll check these games out and enjoy them. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's see what silliness we can get into here. Gonna go up against Fiora and Tarek. Demacia Targon. Okay. We got a Duskbringer and a Blade Squire. We don't need 2. We definitely don't need 3 1-drops. I'm going to throw back the Whirling Death as well. It's a fun card, but definitely not what we need to start the game off strong. That is a Diana. Double Cygnus in the opening hand isn't great. It's our only cards. We have 3 copies, and it's the only thing that's over a cost of 4. So seeing that in the opening hand isn't really ideal. Seeing 2 anyways, not ideal. Gonna wait and see what our opponent's thinking about here. On turn 1 with an open swing, they pass. Big surprise. Who knows? They might have had a 1 damage something. I don't know what that is in either of those faction combinations, but maybe. You never know. They're gonna pass? Okay, we're good with that. We're good with that. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go with the Dusk Petal Crescent Guardian play. I do really like Diana, and we can still play it, but the Crescent Guardian is going to be the one. Well, actually, we can't still play it, but the Crescent Guardian is the one that's going to get a lot more damage through, hopefully. And you know, the funny thing about Diana is she's really not that great after a certain point. So this is a pretty clear-cut image I'm getting here, which is if I swing with this, they're probably going to play something to buff it up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and swing and with just the Crescent Guardian and see if we can't facilitate that. If they've got a 3-mana, barrier, like a prismatic whatever, so be it, I guess, because they're just going to do that when they attack us anyway. See, without that, we would have just let 5 damage go to waste. So, I mean, risky, but most of the time people play the 4-mana riposte. I really don't know how to say it. Oh boy, well that's not ideal. Honestly, it's not super ideal. But next turn we'll be able to Cygnus with our Dusk Petal Dust. Right now, they're trading into this. But if they go for the Lunari Duskbringer, I think we're okay with that. So we're going to go...
Night flowers upon my blade.
If they pull one of these guys and just go for value... Trying to... Yeah, see, that we're fine with this. We're very fine with this. Now the question really is, do we want to play a Bastion on our Crescent Guardian now? Because next turn we're going to put down a Cygnus, we're going to slap it on the Crescent Guardian, we're going to hopefully get 6 damage into the face. The thing about that is, you know, that's going to be like all of our mana, except for 2. So we won't be able to play one of these next turn, but we can play it now. But if we do that, we're not playing Diana. But again, Diana, not super great when you're not playing it on your attacking turn. And since we already know we're playing Cygnus, I think we just go ahead and slap a Bastion on our little Crescent Guardian buddy. I think that's it. So if my math is correct here, we're going to have 5 and a floater. We drop this. We slap down Cygnus, and now we have 11 elusive damage coming their way. They're going to hush. That makes sense, but we do have the spell block, so they're going to have to play another thing here if they want to. That might have been a mistake on their part. Hush actually gets canceled by Spell Shield. A lot of people think it doesn't. The Sparkle Fly. Yeah, well... Less ideal, but we'll still get 6 through. And, what, 9? Yeah, we'll get 9 through here. If you block here, if you blocked here, you wouldn't get, I guess we'll get 8 through. Because if you blocked here, you wouldn't be getting the overwhelm damage. A little surprised to see that play, but maybe they've got something for this. Ah, they're going to rally. Okay. I mean, that's kind of fine. I guess they're going to pull this Duskbringer.
I never. On guard.
On guard. Maybe they're going to get a Fiora kill with a couple of duels and stuff.
I have no equal.
She has no equal, guys. This is a pretty clutch, pretty important turn, because we really need to not have her live through a trade. Okay. Goes up to an 8-5.
Let them eat so. Try me.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, though, right? She's got to have another buff here, right? Ah, a Chain Vest. Okay, so in this case, we do go ahead and Bastion and hope that it's enough. Hope they don't have another +1 in hand. Looks like they don't. So that's perfectly fine with us. Now let's see. Next turn we're going to have 7 mana. We're actually not going to be able to play Cygnus next turn. Which is a bummer. Unless we pick up a... Well, we need to pick up a 1 mana card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we need to pick up a 1 mana card. We'll just Shadestalker. Maybe I should have held it back. I guess my thought process here is... Oh, that's less good. I think we're in control of this game. I just want to make sure we can kind of follow through here. So we're going to play the Runeweaver. I think we're going to get this one. Oh, that's the Overwhelm one? That's less good, but... So we'll be able to go Shadestalker, Diana. Diana's going to level. We'll get Challenger Quick Attack.
Invisible to the ignorant.
Yep, there we go. we didn't even see Riven. We just won off of elusives, but Cygnus is a really good card if left undisrupted. Alrighty, here we've got another game going on. So this is actually a pretty great start. So the Duskbringer into Diana with the second player attack token. I'm all about that. We're gonna toss Bastion. And we're playing against this Fizz list here, so I do like to be able to go, the ability to be able to go and attack Fizz. The question is the Pale Cascade, and I mean, I think I'm gonna pitch it. Is that crazy? I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm keeping it. Double Diana. Now I wish I pitched it. You know. Yep.
Flowers upon my blade.
Well, now he's not going to attack. Cool. Perfect. Okay, here's the deal. Oh, we picked up a Riven. That's really nice. Okay, so
Temperamental as moonlight.
we'll go Diana.
Find your own light
We get
within
Challenger this round.
Yours is a light
So,
I cherish.
obviously, it's possible that they buff Fizz out of this.
I will be heard.
Even if they don't, we're going to get the 2 damage through. So, gonna give him Ephemeral. Okay, that's fine.
No.
And we're gonna swing in here for 2. Okay. I assume they're gonna pass. We're gonna pass. So this is great. Riven is a very solid card to play on the opponent's attack token. That irks me. If I'm being honest, I find that to be irksome. But that's okay. I do. It does bother me that they picked up a second copy of Fizz already. But we're not gonna let it affect us. You know, the tide's coming in, and now we're tied at 18. So let's see what we generate here off of the attack token. Oblivious Islander. All right, we'll pass. We're gonna pick up a +2 fragment. Okay. So let's see here. We can get Diana again. What are we going to play with it? I think we'll play the Blade Squire and then see what they develop here.
I'm cold, I'm hungry, and there's rocks in me boots.
There's rocks in me boots. Wow, savage, Riven. Absolutely savage. Alright. So we're going to go. Now we're going to play Diana.
Find your own light within the darkness.
So they got 2 Fizzes. We got 2 Dianas. Okay, I wonder what they've got cooked up for us. Let's go ahead and swing.
I cannot turn back.
You know what we're going to do?
Face your heretic.
We're going to go ahead and just to make sure we get this,
No more lies.
we're going to snag this other Fizz.
Will be heard.
Swing. I guess it's possible they have 1 mana +2 off of the... If they have another Mark of the Isles, I'm going to leave my Riven back. That might not be the right play, but Riven is going to generate a lot of value over time for us. So I'd rather just not let it get traded up into by some sort of chump change card. Whirling Death's great, especially when we have a Riven we want to protect in combat. Alright, we're going to take the 2 here. It's perfectly fine. Because I'd be wasting mana, I'm going to go ahead and Sunblessed Vigor our Riven, just to try to keep it around for a little bit longer. And then I can go ahead and pass and not fear any sort of... Oh, Encroaching Shadows. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen an Encroaching Shadows list in forever. I really like that. They've only got 1 Fizz left. I wonder what... Stop all enemy spells and skills targeting me. Give me elusive this round. So Encroaching Shadows, does that deck and hand, but it doesn't count for generated cards. They might have a lot of Last Gasps and stuff in here, so that could be where that playstyle's coming from. We'll go ahead and pass, and then I think next turn, barring something really cool, we're going to open swing. If we picked up a Cygnus, then we'll probably end up going with that. So we don't. So at this point, the best thing we can probably do is play a Blade Fragment just to get it cast. We'll go ahead and put that on our Riven. That's going to allow us to get this Pale Cascade down. And then we're going to go ahead, open swing. It's going to take our opponent down to 7. We wouldn't be able to push damage even if we did play the Pale Cascade. So we'll go ahead and say, yes, this is what we want to do, and see where our opponent defends, if at all. Gonna glimpse. Okay. Now, I could deny that if I really wanted to off of a world... Excuse me. Off of... Got something in my throat. We could deny that off of Whirling Death. I just don't feel like it's worth it. Opponent's going to go down to 9. Maybe we do go ahead and Pale Cascades.
Come, a new phase awaits. Cloaked in silver light.
I just want to cycle a card here. Yeah, I just don't feel like I need to deny this.
Oh, heck.
Oh, heck. I love that. And so now we'll get a little more damage through. That makes me feel a little more comfortable. Obviously, we'll get the Blade of the Exile completed before our next go-around. They're going to have a lot of cards that are going to be encroached in shadow, or whatever.
They tried to blind
And we got to level up.
but they could not break me.
Very cool. Boom. Okay, so we'll pass here. It's going to pop over to our opponent. There's a weapon hilt. That's nice. We actually can get Riven leveled up this turn if we really want. Might be worth it just to play the
Fresh catch? Well, it was fresh.
It was fresh. I don't want to overthink it, you know. He's going to play out a lot of cards and swing big time. I'm going to be able to stop some of it with the Whirling Death. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this on Riven. We've got the quick attack one. It doesn't matter here, so I think now we just pass. But again, I think they're just going to play out as many things as they can and just go really wide to attack. With a lot of big buffed up things. Stalking Shadows. Picks up some copies of some things. Boom. It's going to create a Chum in the Waters.
Eyes up here, or I'll cut them out.
Okay, we'll just keep passing. A Burblefish, right? Creating lots of these guys. Again, we'll be able to disrupt some of this. We've got Hush. We've got the Whirling Death. So... So I suspect they'll probably delete the Islander. Gonna give those guys vulnerable, huh? That seems excessive. You can just delete your own guy if you really want to.
Man overboard.
Okay. Got the other Burblefish. We're going to take a lot of damage here, but I think we'll survive. I think.
Coming in. Through the coral.
Okay. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to hush this guy.
You leave me no recourse.
Oh, no. So we're going to put this guy in.
No looking back.
Then we're going to go Whirling Death.
There's still much to answer for.
That puts me at 2. He's got enough mana, he might be able to play something. But I think we've got this.
Here, Sharky, Sharky.
Here, Sharky, Sharky.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
So we're going to go down to 2. There might be something that they have to burst 2 damage on us. And I hope not. But that Whirling Death will have saved us, barring that situation. Jailbreak? Okay. He's going to get a blocker at least. Summon Longtooth. Chun the Waters? Okay. I was originally thinking I'd open swing, but at this point, that's probably not going to be the best play. The best play is probably going to be getting a really big, beefy Riven. Or Cygnus, actually, to get a lot of elusive. So we're going to go like this. We're going to target Riven with quick... No, we're going to target... Doesn't matter, does it? In fact, no, it doesn't. So we're going to use to give Overwhelm here.
Fly to them on broken wings.
We're going to Cygnus here.
We strike when the sun goes down.
Her light retreats. Our time approaches.
So now I can give quick attack to this guy if needed. Okay. That's vulnerable though, that's fine. So we're going to go like this here.
Even shattered hearts mend in time.
Yeah, boom. So we've got Challenger, quick attack, vulnerable, everything on Diana. We can still play the Blade of the Exile. Gosh, I feel like I can't not play it. If I lose because I play Blade of the Exile instead of open swinging, I'm okay with that. Because right now, if I open swing, I can just grab this because it's vulnerable with Lunara Duskbringer and everything else will hit anyways. Yeah, okay. Dang it, they didn't let me play the Blade. I hesitated too long. I should have just played it. Ah! Oh, man.
The heretic rang true.
Dang. The words of the heretic rang true and made it so that I couldn't play my poor Blade of the Exile. Nonetheless, though, hope you guys enjoyed that deck. If you did, please remember to hit the like button. Consider commenting. Any engagement is good for the growth of the channel. And, of course, if you haven't yet, consider subscribing as well. I don't post videos all the time, but I'm hoping to do it a little bit more often in the future. I know I say that all the time, but for my long-time viewers, you guys may roll your eyes at it, but I do love putting up videos when I can, so it's not like your feed's going to be inundated anyways. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to check out the Legends Cast, the podcast about the Legends of Runeterra, which I do with my good friend Mark. So check that out. It will be down in the description, and I'll see you for the next one.